Keep an eye out for a missing woman. Please stop what you're doing and take a look at your screen. We're going to show you her photo here. Deputies say they're looking for 44-year-old Casey Young, who you see there on the left-hand side. They say she was last heard from Monday afternoon. This after leaving work at around 4:30 that day. Authorities say she most likely went home to Boiling Springs in her 2009 white Infiniti that you see there on the right-hand side of your screen. If you have any information on this case, please call the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office.
Oh my God, she is so bubbly, so friendly, and her smile is infectious. She has a heart of gold. She would help anybody with anything. She was, even on her job, they was very fond of her. When they heard that she did not come to work, they was the one. Her job was the one who sent the wellness officer to come out there and check on her, because that was out of character for Casey not to come to work. She's been there for several years. Even her doctor wanting to post a reward. That's how much they thought of her. Everybody who met her she was just a friendly, nice person. A friendly, nice person.
Today, we will be in Boiling Springs, South Carolina. It has a population just over 8,000 people, and it's a small community, but it's a part of the Spartanburg County, which is a county located on the northwestern border of South Carolina, with a total population of the county of 328,000 people, making it the fifth most populous county in South Carolina. The area of Boiling Springs became known because of a small spring in the heart of the town. Up until land was commercially developed, it actually appeared as if it was boiling and would shoot water into the air for about 6 feet. The geyser diminished gradually over the years. It eventually became shallow, barely bubbling steam, and today the water is still. The springs is located on the corner of McMillan Boulevard and Highway 9, on the same lot as the formerly Bi-Lo Shopping Center and the Verizon mobile store. Once the land was developed and shopping center was built, the spring ceased to boil. After the spring was cleaned and dug out, a small park would be built around the area with benches and flags as a memorial to the citizens of Boiling Springs. On May 16th, deputies responded to 5022 Pratt Drive in Boiling Springs, South Carolina, in reference to a missing person report. Deputies would speak to a grandmother of Casey Young, 44, who advised them that Casey did not show up to work on the morning of May 16, 2023, which was out of ordinary for her because she never missed work. Casey was living at Pratt Drive with her boyfriend, Deron Collins, at the time she was reported missing. Investigators would speak with Deron on May 17, 2023, and he would state that Casey came home after work on May 15, 2023, and they had gotten into an argument. He then said she took a shower and then left in her car, and he hasn't seen or heard from her since then. He further stated, after she left, he did not leave the residence at all, but he stayed home and packed up all her stuff. I'm guessing he was putting her out. Investigators were able to get 24 hours of Casey's cell phone records that showed she called her mother on her way home from work on that May 15th day. And video from the neighborhood shows she got home in her car around 4:50 p.m. that day. Cell phone records further indicated that Casey's cell phone went dead not too long after she got home and had not come back on ever since.
Spartanburg County tonight, a community coming together, rallying around a family after a woman went missing last week. But this is Casey Young. Deputies say she was last heard from last Monday after she left work. Well, her car was later found over the weekend, but still no sign of Casey. Last night, a vigil was held for Casey at the Worship Center in Roebuck. We were there, able to speak with the pastor, who says that they're happy to help the family during this difficult time.
For me, my building is the world, it's the community. So for me to be able to open up my church doors, to be able to help a family, that's what it's all about. So we just being who we're supposed to be in this community, and we love doing it.
Now, anyone with information on Casey's location, or if you happen to see her, you are asked to call the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office.
On May 18, 2023, investigators received an anonymous tip that Casey's Infiniti G37 with tinted windows with license plate number LCK688 was in the parking lot of the Windsor Palace Apartments on Pine Gate Drive. That's approximately 3 miles from where she lived. Investigators responded and found her car backed in behind some bushes. Video surveillance from the apartment complex showed Casey's car pulling into the parking lot at approximately 7:34 p.m. Then the video will show the car was occupied by one person and showed that person wiping down the car inside.
Are all ASC certified, so you drive out
y'all,
without paying.
they found Casey's car.
Plus, we're fast. Right now, come in for $35 off your service synthetic oil change.
I'm behind the tow truck now, but they found her car.
Do you worry?
I don't know what the outcome gonna be, but they found Casey's car. They found her car. They found her car. So, like I said, I don't know what the outcome gonna be, but they found her car.
One way in and one way out. So they getting a picture of everybody from that camera right there. If they got it on, there's one point at the entrance. And there's one point at if you're sitting right here down in this other. There's only one way in and one way. Check this out. Leaving out the gate right here at Windsor Palms. What is that? Boom, boom, boom. A camera, baby. Come on, let's get some information.
The driver of the car would get out of the car and was wearing light green gloves. The individual is easily identified as Deron Collins, who is Casey's boyfriend. Video further shows Deron walking to a dumpster where he threw away some items from out of the car. Further video evidence showed Deron walking away from the apartment complex, walking north on Valley Falls, where video was found about a half a mile from his home, him walking up Hanging Rock Road towards his home he and Casey shared. During the investigation, it was determined that Deron left his cell phone at his residence when he left in Casey's car, in what appears to be an attempt to cover up that he was the one who left the car at the apartment complex. The investigation has also revealed through a search warrant to ADT that several videos have been manually deleted from the ADT surveillance system at the home on Pratt Drive, along with event logs showing cameras being unplugged during crucial times, according to investigators. At this time, Casey Young has not been found, and investigators continue to work diligently to locate her. After discussing the case with the solicitor's office, it was determined that probable cause exists to charge Deron with grand larceny and obstruction of justice, and he was eventually arrested. Prosecutors do consider Deron as a person of interest in the investigation, and after his arrest, there was a bond hearing for the 2 charges that he was currently facing.
44-year-old Casey Young was last seen on May 15th. Her car was found days later. Darren Collins was in court just moments ago. He's charged with grand larceny and obstructing justice. The solicitor says Collins told authorities that he got into an argument with Young on May 15th after she got home from work. He said Young then left the home. The solicitor says Young's car was found at Windsor Palms Apartments 3 miles away. Surveillance video that was shown in court shows someone wiping down the inside of the car and walking to a dumpster and throwing items away. The person in the video was identified by law enforcement as Collins.
The driver of the car gets out of Casey's car, is wearing light green gloves, Your Honor. That individual is easily identified as Mr. Collins. The video further shows Mr. Collins walking to a dumpster where he discards some items, Your Honor. The video evidence shows Collins walking away from the apartment complex.
Of that grand larceny and obstruction of justice concerning the disappearance of Casey, deputies said Casey was last seen leaving her job in Spartanburg Regional Medical Center on May 15th. According to the 7th Circuit Solicitor's Office, Casey and Deron were living together at the time of her disappearance. On May 18th, deputies located her vehicle at Windsor Palm Apartments, but no other information was released. Video evidence of Deron driving, parking, and wiping down Casey's car while wearing gloves on May 15th was shown to the court at the bond hearing, and the judge decided to give Deron a $9,000 cash bond plus GPS tracking required, and he can't have any weapons.
The judge ordered Collins to home detention with GPS monitoring. Collins' next court date is set for August 24th. Young's family is talking to WYFF News 4 as we speak. Look for coverage throughout the day on air and online at WYFF4.com.
Now, of course, people are upset with the outcome. As of right now, with such a low bond and just house arrest for someone who was caught on tape getting rid of Casey's car and wiping it clean and wiping it down, then it was obvious he lied to the police, because he said that after she came home from work on that May 15th day, that they had an argument and that she left in her car and he never seen or heard from her again. Well, if she was in her car, how come you were the last one seen in her car on surveillance footage, dumping the vehicle and wiping it down, and then walking back to your home and leaving your cell phone there? All the fingers to me allegedly point to you, Deron. I truly hope wherever she is found sooner than later. And of course, it would be such a great blessing if she was alive. But we know in these situations, most of the time, that's not the case. An anonymous donor is offering a $10,000 reward that leads to Casey's location and the identification of the person responsible for her disappearance. Anyone with information is urged to contact Lieutenant Brandon Letterman at 864-494-0644 or email him at bletterman@spartanburgcounty.org. Very upsetting, and I think her family did amazing being in the bond hearing and keeping it together.
Today, a person of interest stood in front of a crowd of Young's family and friends for a bond hearing. Peyton Furtado spoke with the family after a major piece of evidence was presented.
Law enforcement dropped a bomb today showing a video of a man hiding a missing woman's car, wiping it down with gloves, and throwing away items inside.
As soon as the person exits the vehicle, deputies immediately identified him as Deron Collins, Casey Young's boyfriend. Young has been missing since May 15th. In court today,
Investigator spoke with Collins on May 17, 2023.
Solicitor Barry Barnett says Collins told deputies Young got home May 15th. The two argued. She took a shower and then left in her car. The police report went on to say he stated he stayed home and packed up her things, not leaving the residence. The solicitor says this video showed clearly from several different angles that this was not the truth, and Collins had driven Young's car to an apartment complex 3 miles away just 3 hours after Young's phone had last pinged at home. Collins has been charged with grand larceny and obstruction of justice. The family says law enforcement is working hard to find more evidence.
We know somebody has seen something. Don't be afraid of this idiot, because trust me, he is going down.
Collins' bond was set at $9,000 cash with GPS home monitoring. The judge said this is essentially house arrest. He's also not allowed to contact Young's family and not allowed to have any weapons.
Deron literally dumped Casey's car in an apartment complex that has cameras everywhere. And if he did do something to her, I pray that the other evidence is found very, very soon. Every day that passes, the more the evidence dissipates. Casey is not just a number or a case file number. She is a woman, a mother, a daughter, sister, friend, and more. She is very loved and is greatly missed. Her loved ones have a Facebook group to help locate her, and it's called Have You Seen Casey Young? So if you'd like to follow or want updates, you can join the group. Please extend your thoughts and prayers to this family as they continue to search for answers for the disappearance of Casey Young. And please share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.